Welcome back, you guys. I am your host, Amanda, and I'm here with my lovely panel. We are here with the Real Housewives of OC with the reunion, all 3 parts, you guys. Apparently, we're back in high school. You guys need to stay tuned. You don't want to miss out.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
You guys are back. I feel like it's literally been so long. I missed you guys so much.
I miss everyone. I miss the drama.
Other decade, right?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you guys since last year.
2020. So good to be back.
Yes,
so
yes.
good to be back.
So I have my amazing panel with me tonight. This is Shanti, who's a red carpet host.
What's up, you guys?
We have Carla, who is straight from the OC, so she's a hardcore fan.
Hi, everyone.
And then we have Regina, who is a fitness connoisseur and a carpet host as well.
Hello, Happy New Year.
I am so excited to be back, you guys. This is absolutely insane. So let's just get into it really quickly. What is the overall thoughts of all 3 parts? I would love to hear your guys' feedback on this.
We all had to take a deep breath.
Yeah, everybody was like, namaste.
Namaste.
I was disappointed.
Okay, why?
So they brought Shane on.
Okay.
I feel
right.
like his answers were rehearsed.
Absolutely.
They didn't go on camera, which I was waiting for the whole season.
Okay.
It just wasn't what I thought it would be.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
And even Gina, like, I don't know. She didn't really go into the physical altercation, which we really want to know about either. Everything was just too nice.
I thought she did
Andy
too.
asked her about it, and she was crying.
She just said it was scary.
Okay.
But tell us.
I mean, she didn't
How
have
did you
blow-by-blow details. Oh, blow by blow. But anyway.
How did you feel, Regina?
It was unhinged.
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, girls. I mean.
Yeah, literally, girls, not women. Girls.
I mean, how many episodes did we have of this? Like 20?
22?
Almost? 22.
22?
Yeah,
Was it 22?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know
We lost track. But anyways, I was like, haven't you ironed out your problems by now?
No.
No.
You know? Oh, all the cursing and carrying on and screaming.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. There's always like fights and juice, which you
Fights and
expect.
juice.
You expect that with the reunion.
Absolutely.
But I didn't like the bickering back and forth, like swearing at each other when there was other conversations going on. I didn't like that. And I also thought that they were going to come for Tamara way more, which I've been saying this whole time, and they didn't. So I'm just like, it was like a kind of a buzzkill. But
So what do you
it was
think
good.
that happened? How do you think that happened?
I wanted to just get into what my thoughts were really quick, and then we'll start getting.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I really thought that it was high school. Not even that, but probably a little bit lower down to elementary school. It was just absolutely ridiculous. It was like a show, and I was really taken aback, and I couldn't believe that like grown women, especially were just acting this way. I mean, I get it. It's entertainment. It's the Real Housewives, but it's just getting like they have no class anymore. Like that's just how I feel.
Wow.
I don't know. And Vicky completely surprised me. So let's start with part 1. So who wants to kind of go first on what they think of part 1? What are some of the biggest topics that you guys?
Oh my God, there was so much.
I mean, I think one of the bigger things was just seeing how Vicky was behaving and how she was kind of freaking out about, where she was going to sit on the couch, and she was kind of freaking out at the show
She
producer.
felt entitled.
And she felt entitled, and she kept saying that this is my show. And, I love Vicky. I'm a Vicky fan, so I can't hate on her too much, but it was like she was a little bit far-fetched with her actions.
Initially, the rumor mill was that she wasn't even going to get invited to come out on the couch from the start of the reunion shows because, of course, she's not a full-time housewife anymore. So,
Wait, what was the rumor?
Yeah, she wasn't even come on.
she wasn't going to come out.
Wasn't even going to come out
Like get
at
a
all.
seat on the couch.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
okay,
going to
okay.
come, but they call her out like a guest. Not sit there at the beginning of the show.
Well, no, she's not on the
That's what
season.
happened.
But
Yeah.
that is what happened. She wasn't on at the beginning, though.
Yeah.
know?
It was so funny because
When I saw Go ahead.
the whole time when I was thinking about Vicky, I knew how much you loved her, and I was like, Shanti's not going to say anything bad. I knew it. I was like, I have so much to say right now, and Shanti's not gonna say nothing. That's literally what I was thinking.
It was annoying. She
was so entitled. My show, I literally put Vicky is a hater in all capitals, like 100%. She called Kelly a renter. I literally thought that was the most demeaning. No, that was shadiest moment. That was literally
Kelly.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was so demeaning. Like I'm above you and you're below me. Kelly. It was so disgusting. No, Vicky's comment.
I know, but what I'm saying to Kelly,
out of all people, who says the lowest things,
please.
Right?
That's true. That's true. But I mean, Vicky's not any better. The way she acted.
I know. Kelly amped hers up even more. Good God.
Carla, what do you think?
Oh,
I think she's losing it.
Yeah.
I think it's confusing because, like, you clearly don't have the same contract. I'm going to go ahead and assume. So for you to think that, like, you need the same seat, this, that, like the fact that you're taking off before they close out the show, and she's completely freaking out. Like, you're embarrassing yourself.
And she's making herself look worse. Like, you know what I mean? As they were taking her out, she was like telling the producer, she's like, what was she saying? She was saying, I hate her, I can't stand her. Like, about Kelly, like, it was just so petty.
And she was screaming at Bronwyn and
oh, yeah.
Get off of my show, and it was just ridiculous.
But can we agree that the most the worst behavior is Kelly of the women,
hands down.
Vicky wins.
No, Vicky wins. I agree 100%. Kelly
in general.
Kelly gets pushed. Kelly gets pushed and prodded,
and then does something. Vicky's just like, this is what belongs to me.
Absolutely,
and I'm taking it. How is it your show?
Yeah,
I'm confused by that.
Remember, she's like, I didn't audition, and Andy's like, Vicky, we have the footage. She's like, I didn't audition. And they pulled up the footage, and she still continued to deny and say that she did not audition for the show.
I know.
You have to be crazy. I'm sorry. Like,
I know, that's why I kind of love her.
I know. I can't stand her anymore.
It's entertainment.
Well,
that she's so, like...
How... I understand where she's coming from, but I feel like at some point, if they don't want you,
she has to accept it at a certain point. Like, you're not going to be the Gina, the like, you're not. Like, you're not. Get over it.
So
move on.
She did say at one point, she was like, if you don't want me on the show anymore, like, take me off. Stop.
She's just saying that.
I know. But I agree with her. Like,
it may be a possibility that may happen for next season.
I just think, like, retire your jersey gracefully.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Kobe left the great.
Yeah.
Just leave
I
peacefully.
agree with
like,
that.
please. I'm like talking about Kobe over here. Please just leave in, like, the best way possible and leave a good impression on everyone. But she's leaving like a psycho.
I agree with that. Don't embarrass yourself any further.
Right.
Go out with some class.
Right. And really quickly before we move on, I just wanted to thank everybody for being here. We really, really, truly appreciate you guys watching, giving us a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, giving us 5 stars on iTunes. We love you guys. So if you can continue to keep giving us support, we would appreciate it.
Yay.
Okie dokie. So let's see. I really wanted to... I thought Bronwyn looked amazing. Her makeup was gorgeous.
The only thing I noticed about Bronwyn,
she was going to take a drink and then put her drink on.
I got to get this out. She looked like she had a little bit too much injections around the mouth area.
Really?
I
thought her makeup looked... I mean, maybe it was injections.
She looked more youthful, but she had injections. Her lips were definitely plumper.
Well, good for
and
her.
Around, I'm not mad at her, I mean, and the Botox was working. So, but yeah.
I think it's the middle part. Like, it made her look different.
I didn't even realize that.
Wow.
Thank
and
you.
also, she's
How sad. We just give the credit to the middle part.
That middle part does wonders.
I can't. Oh, my God. Okay. And then also, the Gina and Emily, man, they're legitimately like sisters. But I liked how no matter what, they always kind of come back and, say sorry. You can tell they have a genuine relationship and they really, truly do care about each other. But it was pretty crazy to see them. I mean, Gina, I was very disappointed in Gina with her kind of, I think that was part two or part 3. But she kind of
they all ran together.
She didn't really have loyalty to her friend. Like, about the questions about her personal life and stuff, and Gina kind of just like put it all out in the open. I thought that was really messed up.
And she revealed to everyone about how Emily had texted
the mom,
the Shane's
in-laws.
parents instead of Shane a really, really nasty text message, which
it went to the
I
wrong
don't
person.
think it went over well either.
I couldn't even imagine.
And Emily had told her that in confidence.
That must have been mortifying.
But out of all the housewives, Gina can go for me.
Really? I'm starting to
To
really
me,
like
she
her.
could go. Yeah.
I agree with you.
She's boring.
But did you notice that she was in every scene of every episode this entire season? I cannot believe how much airtime she has had. But she also has somewhat of the most interesting storyline.
Yeah.
And now that her husband has there's a domestic dispute, it's almost like her story has gotten even juicier. So I bet you she will definitely be back.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying for me.
I agree with you.
I could take her or leave her.
I agree with you.
You
Same
know.
with Emily, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like Emily.
I love Emily. I love Emily. I
But
really
she
do.
can be a little boring too. You're right. And I was really shocked that Shane
Showed up.
Well, but he has some great things to say about his wife.
That was shocking.
We'll get into that. Oh my gosh. Just to go over a couple insults that were thrown on part one. Tamara called Kelly a dumb bee. Kelly is said that everybody, because they were saying that they're seasoned, and Kelly literally called them burnt and cooked.
Oh my God.
To Tamara
Savage.
and Vicky.
Low,
And
stupid things.
I just think it was there was some crazy low blows, man.
But like,
I couldn't
exactly,
even.
like we as adult women, we don't speak to each other.
You can
like
think
that.
you can think it like whatever, but
you
don't.
say it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they need to really spice this cast up. I think they need to add a little more flavor to the cast.
Right.
I agree.
They need like a Latino.
Oh yes, give it to
And
us.
they need,
Right?
They need an African American or Asian woman. They just need some flavor
That will do it.
in this cast, and we will see a whole different dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I just don't think OC is that diverse.
Right.
Of a place.
It is.
Oh, they can find
friend there.
them. They can find them.
We're there.
Let's.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on
I agree, though.
to part two. Wow, this was a lot of Kelly in this part and Gina, but I wanted to say that I think that Vicky is Regina George from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Like acting like she just owns it all. I was like, wow, I really felt like we were on Mean Girls. Tamara still never takes responsibility for anything that happens ever. She still continues just to sit there and blame it on alcohol or whatever. What do you guys think about that? It's always on alcohol.
She said she had too many tequila shots is why she was hiding in the bushes.
Yeah, she blames on
I
alcohol.
just think in reality, it's in the woman's best interest to stay on her good side. So even if you do want to call her out, it's like, do you really want to do that? You know?
Yeah,
So true.
There was one part that I found interesting where Kelly was like, well, you know, Tamara, like, owns her shit. And she's like, Tamara always owns up to what she does. And it's like,
No
she
way.
doesn't. We
Girl,
saw
how mu-
that this entire
No.
season that she, like, mixed things and was like,
Like, girl, how much did she pay you
puppet
to say that?
master. And oh my gosh, I couldn't believe
Instigator.
that.
She was still doing it on. She was still instigating on the reunion. She was still instigating it.
And there's a couple sorries and a couple like I shouldn't have done that. Just like to throw that in there so she's not totally. But for the most part, I just couldn't believe how they did not come for her at all.
Well,
I was
I
so
know.
glossed over.
She secured her spot for next season.
She
that's
probably
for
paid
sure.
them.
She
Does she
will
have any
be back.
money left with Jimbolino?
I just feel like
lot of
Andy
money.
should
Well,
have
that's
even
going
come
to
at
be
her
part
a little
of
bit.
the news.
Oh yeah, she said she lost like 4 years of her kids' tuition over it.
Well, that's part of the news.
Okay, cool.
You know.
I thought that it was interesting when Andy was asking Bronwyn about like her and her mom's relationship and about how she used to dress and how she dresses now. We all know that she went to Burning Man for 1 weekend and all of a sudden turned into dressing a little bit more loudly. And I thought it was very weird and sad that Bronwyn said like, oh, well, my mom started to lose her looks. So did you guys catch that?
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
interesting.
why would you say that? Like, it was just unnecessary
Just
to me.
throwing some
No, it was
shade.
literally unnecessary. And then she's like, and we haven't spoken 2 months. Like, they haven't had communication In 2 months. So what? Did I miss something?
It's funny to me because, I mean, she gave Bronwyn part of her look, so hello.
Yeah, it's just so weird to me.
If you lose...
And then Bronwyn was saying that basically, like, her mom's pretty much, like, jealous because Bronwyn's, like, in the spotlight and her mom was always on stage. I'm just like, they have a lot of, like, it's like a competition with them. I don't know how that would be so odd to have a competition with your mom.
That's, again, her resentment as a little girl growing up and her mother.
Yeah. It's unresolved issues, always.
You know, that's what it is, and that's just too bad. I mean, she needs to get over it. She's got 7 kids.
Mm-hmm. You can tell that they're obviously, she put it delicately, whatever situation that they're in. Like, she said it nicely. You could tell.
Did.
She's like, we're working on it. But clearly, if you haven't spoken to your mom in 2 months, some shit happened.
Well, I wonder if she told her mom, hey, you lost your looks. Maybe that's why she stopped talking to her.
Well,
think it's more than that.
I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute.
It's a joke.
I mean, seriously, talking about looks, though, look at that panel. I mean, everybody on that panel looked like they went to see Dr. Kelly's ex, plastic surgeon or whatever.
Yes. And Vicky's like, oh, don't talk about my looks. And everybody's like, you
Yeah.
shouldn't talk about looks. And then Vicky's like, I never talk about her stupid nose and her flat ass. And I'm like, you are literally doing what you said you don't like done to you. Like, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, but
Right?
each and every one of those ladies, if you can go back to the day they first came on that show.
Oh, they all look
to
completely
now,
different.
Oh my
They
God.
look younger.
They all have,
They look so much.
it's
I
like
think
they
that
all
Vicky
have
looks
new,
better.
you know.
Oh yeah.
No. I think Vicky looks better how she used to
I
look.
think she looks better normal. Yep.
And
100%.
I think that Shannon looks better how she used to
Yeah.
look.
I agree with you like 1,000,000% on both of those.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Wow.
Yeah, more natural because that's my point.
Tamara
They
gets
look
better with age to me.
artificial.
Tamara's
Yeah.
done it right.
Tamara's gotten better with age and she has a really good doctor.
Well, she doesn't need to
Yeah.
do any more though, because
Yeah.
she's starting to get real like.
Yeah.
She needs to lay off of it. Lay off.
One of the biggest points in part 2 was Emily being diagnosed obese. What did you guys think about? That was very like brave of her to talk about.
Well,
I think.
was
You
that
know what I'm saying?
You don't have to weigh that much to be like clinically diagnosed
Yeah,
as
obese is like
But like, why bring it up is what I'm saying.
Well-
You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, that's a lot. That's something that's, you know what I mean? We all know that Emily deals with insecurities.
okay? But did that have something to do with her hip replacement? Because when you
No.
carry that weight
yeah. It's
I
true.
mean,
like that,
they brought it up on this part and she came in with her surgery. You know what I mean? So I don't really know how that like tied in, but it was still brought up. That's why I'm like, why?
because she's always been honest about everything she's going through. She literally had a storyline of her wanting to lose weight and gaining weight and going into Tamara's
I'm
gym.
just saying it was brave.
So no, I agree. I think that she's always been super upfront with and transparent with everything that she's going through.
That's why I like her a
in her
lot.
life. Can we talk about Shane?
Yes, look at right next. Look at I wrote Shane and like circled. Okay, who wants to go? Let's get it out. Who's ready?
Rehearsed. There's no way that is like literally how he feels. It may be actually. I think the only thing I really took away from it was that Emily has more to do with the problem than she is willing to admit, and that we've seen that it makes his behavior right. Absolutely not. But I think it just gives a different angle to it that we've never seen.
Absolutely.
But I think, and I'm trying to play devil's advocate just a little bit. Like, I do think that they show a lot of his sarcastic comments, and when you cut all of the sarcastic comments and that's all you show, it paints you as a pretty like shitty husband.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
And-
editing.
That's editing.
editing.
So actually,
It's not
like,
fair.
I actually liked the segment with him. Like,
did
I
too.
That was nice.
I
thought he was being really
I thought he was
truthful.
being real.
Yeah.
Truthful. Like, I didn't think that he was, trying to sugarcoat anything. I thought he was being honest. And yeah.
I thought he was like genuine when he was making
Really?
it, saying how Emily's what's not to like, this, that, and the other. And I mean, let's face it, how many times has he flunked the bar?
But you
Like-
really
But-
think he tells Emily every single day how beautiful she is? He
No,
really said that.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, he was asked by Andy. I love Andy so much. What do you love about Emily? And I thought he was gonna hesitate, which he did, but then he didn't fumble as he was saying it, which made me take it as it was genuine. But he looked nervous, which I mean, obviously, like I couldn't imagine going on television with that persona and feeling that pressure and then being next to your, like, it's a lot on him. And I think he handled himself very well.
No, I agree with that.
I think he
100%.
was being genuine. I mean, I think once the season ended or whatever, that they've had a chance to really reassess their marriage. I mean, she did say that she did ask him for a divorce at one point.
I know.
That maybe they should get divorced. And I think he reassessed things and he stepped back to see that, in a marriage, it's always give and take. Somebody's going to be more of a villain than the other person, but, it's give and take. And so sometimes you realize, hey, maybe I do have a good person here. Sometimes it's just timing about things.
Absolutely. Timing's everything. Timing's everything.
It's weird. 1 week, a person might not speak to you. And then the next week, no, seriously.
No, it's so true. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah,
it's
and
hilarious.
then the next week,
crazy.
they show up on your door with flowers.
It doesn't make sense.
Come home with
confused.
whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Is that love?
yes, it's love. It comes in so many
my
different
God.
flavors
I'm
and
stressed.
colors
Let's
and
not get sidetracked.
dimensions.
I don't know. But
Hang in there.
moving into some more deeper things, like Gina talking about, what happened with Matt, and seeing her get emotional and talk about that was, this was like years and years and years ago, but I can relate on some level. Like, this was literally like 8 years ago. It was like a similar situation for her to like talk about that, and seeing how hard it was for her to even get a word out, like the emotion coming back. I was just like, it was a real moment, and I really appreciated it, because all the crappy drama and all that, but to see somebody like going through something like that and still showing up and in the public eye, I really respected that. And it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that you said that she didn't go talk about it and go into detail. I thought that she literally said what happened from beginning to end of the night.
She couldn't get more into it, otherwise she wouldn't have been. She would have had to walk.
I mean,
off.
you can't be like, and then he punched me, like.
Right,
But
you
she
can't,
said
yeah.
the argument, the day, the party, the
Well, she
afterwards,
was
the
really
cops.
tearful.
She could barely even talk about it.
Yeah.
Honestly, she could
Yeah.
barely get the words out.
And it would be hard because it's no matter what, he's the father of your kids. Like,
Yeah.
you
And
really
you're speaking
don't.
about him on television, everybody knows.
Yeah, you have to be careful about what you say.
And he physically already hurt her. Like,
Did she say that though? Like he put his hands on her?
She ran to the neighbors to get the neighbors hurt, and he
dragged
dragged her
her
back
back.
in the house.
Okay.
And she said that.
Oof, okay.
That's what
I
I'm
missed that
saying.
detail.
It was like
Yeah.
really hard to watch. I was like, holy crap. Like, I felt so bad for the girl. Like, I just wanted to give her a hug, honestly.
And this is a person you want to be,
back together with.
I'm glad that it's officially over.
But
and
you
we're
know what?
finally seeing that it's done, and she doesn't want to be with
Yeah,
him
but you
anymore.
can't judge. When you're in it, you can't judge. Like, you never know what it is until you're in it. Like,
You can't.
You can't.
But I'll tell you what.
Especially when you love someone.
I don't think love to me is not giving me contusions, and you know what I'm saying. That's not.
It
love
takes a while
me.
to leave, though.
But
Oh,
we're
I'm not saying
we're
it's
happy that
easy.
it's over now.
Absolutely.
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying,
Not
but
saying.
we're
Happy
all happy
too.
that
Yeah.
she's done, and I'm excited to see her new
Yep.
relationship. I hope that he is
Yes.
on the new show next season.
Exactly.
The new boyfriend.
Yes.
Well,
I need.
who knows?
Right?
Gotta get through summer and Valentine's Day first.
Oh my god.
I say let's get into part 3. I think this was the better half, probably the best half of the reunion. What do you guys think? Which one was your favorite part? What did you guys think about part 3?
Maybe the most positive.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why it was my fave.
It was near the end. They had already gotten all the aggression out, the nastiest of nasty.
Yeah, I feel like reunions, like you guys, like in the beginning, everyone always kind of comes at each other, and then near the end, everyone's like, "I'm sorry, let's be friends," and then they all hug, and it's kind of
Right.
the same formula for every reunion.
And then they don't
Seems
see
like-
each other until they
And then-
start filming again.
and then they like make up
And then
again.
they remember, oh, I can't stand you.
Right,
B."
right.
Yeah, this part for me had the least amount of notes. So in that in my book, that's my favorite.
That's a
most
good
positive-
sign.
That's my favorite, most positive part.
Yeah.
Honestly, I respect Bronwyn a lot for owning her sexual lifestyle. I mean, they were coming. Vicky was coming for her, making her feel like
That
she was
wrong.
like a bad person. It's like, just because you are who you are and you have your own beliefs does not make somebody else wrong.
That
You
was
just
so
live different
wrong of
lives.
her.
Who cares
What do
what
you-
she does? Who cares?
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I wanted to
was-
get into that.
She was grasping for anything that she could, and I hate when people argue like that. Like they're literally going low, and like she's saying that the show is like over sexualized now, and it didn't used to be like that. It's like
and then they flash back to Vicky's flashing.
Vicky is like the
I'm like,
craziest
Dubrow.
one. She's just being
right?
hypocritical.
I only did that because Heather was right there, and my
God,
nipple
you
was
guys,
crooked.
bring Heather to Broke it back.
Please, she was. Oh,
Sorry.
she's so smart and so witty and like. I
Yeah,
love
she's
her.
good. She's good.
She's on a different level. What do you think, Regina? What did you think about it?
Well, I am partial to Vicky, but I do agree that she doesn't need to stoop any lower. I think, can she stoop any lower? I mean, you know.
Her and Kelly, I really don't think
She
they can.
needs to, like, you know, come to the realization that the sun may be setting
Ooh.
I-
That's kind of
on her with the show. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I understand where she's coming from. She started with that show day one,
Right.
and that show totally changed her life.
Okay, but things don't
So,
last forever. You know what I'm
no.
saying? Like, she needs to
Yeah, I
accept
get
that.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
move on. Like, you were in part of a huge franchise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be happy for that.
Go out
Defender
gracefully.
Shanti.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
Defend her.
Shanti, what do you say to
Oh,
defend her?
I'm kind of over Tamara too.
Really?
Like,
Oh, I'm done with
if they kick
Tamara.
her off, I would not care.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I know, but a girl can dream.
I thought it was really messed up when Emily was like, "Oh, I need to give you a hug" to Vicky when she was leaving, and Emily was literally limping to her, and Vicky completely ignored her and walked off.
Oh
I
my God,
thought
I
that
missed
was the most
that.
disgusting low blow. I was like, I'm done with her. Like, that shows.
Do you think they shouldn't hear
character.
her maybe?
No, but that shows character right there.
You
like,
know
that's so
what's gonna
disrespectful.
happen. That one move got Vicky another year on the show.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Do I want her? No, but whatever. Tamara admitting that she's had multiple threesomes, I guess, or she said the one threesome.
Orgy.
Yeah, so her and Eddie were like at a concert, and they went to the grass and started doing it, and all of a
people
sudden,
walked up?
all of a sudden, three girls were lying next. All of a sudden, three girls were lying next to them, and then that coerced them into
It happens.
progressing into an orgy. I don't know. I thought it was
So-
really weird how she was explaining it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they
It
just.
made sense. I get it. I just want to know how she's having wilder nights than I am at 24 years old.
At the what?
I said I want to know how she's having wilder nights than I am at 24
Oh,
years old.
yeah,
I
yeah.
have never
So-
experienced anything near that.
Depends
How is this
on,
happening?
like, if
So
you're eating certain
true.
type of brownies or
What is in your drink?
I don't know what kind. I don't know if they were at
Mushrooms
Woodstock
or-
reincarnated or what,
It
but
just
Jell-O.
depends.
I
Jell-O
mean-
shots. What are you doing?
I mean, I was like,
The water,
I-
the OC.
I
How is it over there?
honestly was like, Tamara, like, why are you like?
Why
I
did
don't
she
know.
tell us the whole
I
story?
don't know why
know.
she needed to. I really don't. Like, I feel like Tamara wants attention, so she says things to get attention, and it ends up biting her in the butt, and then she just makes an excuse, and then it's like that.
I mean, those
Does
are
that make sense?
those are the kind
Do you
of
agree?
things that
Yeah.
her
Okay.
daughter gets mad about.
I don't
She
blame
does
her.
it anyways.
It's disgusting. It's like you're like
Yeah.
you. What kind of like? I don't
But
know.
it's like
I sounded
you
like
could have
Vicky
done the
for a
whole
second.
I've got
reunion
some
and
news,
not
guys.
and not
told-
said that,
We'll get it.
but you did
Right.
anyways.
Right.
Right. You could have not said it and been fine. but-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move forward, let's get into news because we still got some stuff to talk about after.
Yeah.
What's the news, Regina?
Well, you may have heard this or not, but the 411 is. I missed you all.
I missed you too.
Shannon Beador is back in court, and she wants $135,000 from Jim Bellino, who, of course, is Alexis Bellino's ex-husband. Shannon is demanding that Jim show up in court on February 6th and bring all his financial records, including bank statements and everything that shows his income, because she won that lawsuit against him.
Nice.
So it actually worked out to her favor.
Okay.
Wait, she's only suing him for $135,000.
Well, I guess that's how
nothing.
much
Yeah,
the
because she's been
judge
the
awarded
that was
her.
Bronwyn. That was Bronwyn.
130. Okay, the judge awarded her 138,000, but she wants for some reason 135.
And after taxes, she's probably only gonna get about 75.
Yeah. So,
like that.
and if you don't remember what the lawsuit was about. She and Tamra. Right?
Yes, her and
Made
Tamra.
some unsavory comments about Jim and Alexis on the Juicy Scoop podcast.
Okay.
And one of the things that they said was that Jim and Alexis faked their divorce. So
Okay.
that's part of what
Interesting.
led to the lawsuit.
Well, thank you for that.
So we will see what happens.
It's pretty juicy. Okay, I wanted to talk about, what do we think about Bronwyn spending $4,000 to $5,000 on groceries a month? I couldn't even. I was like,
It makes sense. She has 7 kids.
no, I know, but I'm just like,
That's a lot of money.
crazy.
She's got
That's like
No,
expensive taste.
Yeah.
Gourmet.
that's what I'm saying. So that, I mean, they obviously live a lavish life
like
with
filet
7 kids. Like,
mignon, it's got to be lobster tails, crab
oh, and
crab
we're vegan.
legs.
She's like, we're vegan, and we.
Oh,
so
really?
I mean, that
Well,
stuff's gonna be very
vegan. Wow.
It's all like, yeah, they're really
One of
healthy.
the kids, the different kids have different dietary restrictions.
I understand
she said.
that.
So there's a bunch of different options that need to be bought.
I want to live at her house.
Yeah.
Right?
Can she feed me, please?
Please.
Well, you guys, this is what we have for you. This was an amazing, amazing season of a lot of episodes and going around and around. But I'm so happy that we were here and you guys were here to join us. If you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves of where they can find you on your social media.
Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna miss all of you guys.
I know, this is
It's been
weird.
so much fun.
I know I started fumbling. I'm like, I want to keep going. but
There's
keep going.
another season
There's a
coming
cutoff.
up.
I know.
Yeah, maybe we'll be around next time. You guys can find me on Instagram at Shanti_Christina or tweet me at Shanti Christina. Thanks.
You can find me on Instagram at Carla Alcontreras and Twitter at Carla_C.
I'm Regina Coles on Instagram at Regina Coles and at Twitter.
And I'm your host, Amanda Terry, and you can find me on Instagram at makeup_Mandy with an I. And we can't wait to see you guys next season. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.